So a while back, I did a top five list. I did my top five NFL teams who I thought were going to stink this year. But then I realized that five really didn't do the list justice. So instead of doing a top five list, I'm going to take a page out of the book of the JR Sport Brief and we're going to do a top six list. Here are my top six NFL teams who I think are going to stink this year, my top six teams who I think are going to do a lot of losing, and my top six teams who I think are going to bring their fans a lot of pain. So here we go. My top six teams who I think are going to stink this year. At number six, I'm going to give you the New York Giants. Now listen, I really want to believe in the New York Giants this year. I really do. Their defense, I think, is going to be pretty. A couple of preseason games has looked good, but the New York Giants have the hardest schedule in the NFL this year. I mean, look at their games to start the year. At Washington, at Dallas, Kansas City, the Chargers, at New Orleans, Philly, Denver, Philly again, San Francisco. That is an absolutely brutal schedule. And plus, look at their quarterback room. Along with Jackson Dart, who I said has looked pretty good and is a rookie, and we don't really know exactly what he is yet. Look at the other two quarterbacks in that room. Russell Wilson, who absolutely burned down the kitchen the second half of last year in Pittsburgh and ruined Christmas for Yinzerville. And along with that, they have Jameis Winston, who, in my opinion, I think needs to keep praying that the Lord delivers him from the pick six, because I think he'll be the only quarterback in the NFL this year to throw for 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 5 picks in a single game. Brian Dable and Joe Shane, of course, are on the hot seat, and I think both of them are going to be gone this year. So the New York Giants, number 6 on my list. At number 5, I'm going to give you the Indianapolis Colts. And we literally just got the news this morning that the Indianapolis Colts named Daniel Jones as their starter. By a show of hands, raise your hands if you're surprised by this news. No hands? All right, good. Let's move on. Obviously, I have no belief in Daniel Jones, Daniel turnovers whatsoever. I'm down on Anthony Richardson. And when you look at that AFC South division, on paper, everyone else in that division is better. Houston's better. Tennessee's better. Jacksonville's better. The Colts are going to stink this year. They're at number 5. At number 4, I'm going to give you the New Orleans Saints. Now listen, I am not confident in the New Orleans Saints quarterback room. I mean, of course they have Tyler Shuck, the rookie who's been in college for 10 years now. So we don't know what we're getting out of him. You got Spencer Rattler, who I'm not confident the Saints can win a lot of games. With Rattler, I know I got a Gamecock jacket on right now, but don't worry about that. And Jake Hayner, who started that one game against Washington and was so bad that he got benched at halftime. The New York Saints, from the looks of things, are punting on this year. I don't like that quarterback room. New Orleans is number 4 on my list. At number 3, I'm going to give you the New York Jets. For a simple reason. They're the New York Jets. You can't have a list of teams who are going to stink without the New York Jets. The New York Jets find themselves in yet another rebuild, which, by the way, how many rebuilds have the Jets been in since 2010? Genuine question. I know Justin Fields. Justin Fields, new era for him. He looked decent in Pittsburgh. He looked solid in Chicago. But I'm just going to go out and assume that any Jets quarterback that comes into that room, I'm going to have questions about. The New York Jets, they just find a way to stink every single year. The New York Jets are number 3 on my list. At number 2, I'm going to give you the Cleveland Browns. Now, listen, I know the Browns' defense is going to be pretty good, but the New York Jets have the second hardest schedule in the NFL this year. Look at their first 8 games: Cincinnati, Baltimore, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Miami, New England. And along with that, look at the Browns' quarterback room. I mean, aside from Shedeur Sanders, who I think is going to be pretty decent, look at the rest of their quarterback room. Joe Flacco, who, as we know, is going to be the Week 1 starter. Kenny Pickett, as we know, has the small hands. Dylan Gabriel, the other rookie, who can't see over his O-line. And Tyler Huntley. I don't need to say anything else after that. And oh, by the way, they got that loser massage boy over there who's not going to play this year and is stealing money from this organization, as he has been since he signed with them, giving him that single worst contract in the history of the NFL. The Cleveland Browns, I think, are a team with no direction. They have no idea what they're doing. The Cleveland Browns, they're going to stink. They're at number 2 on my list. So at number 6, I gave you the New York Giants. At number 5, I gave you the Indianapolis Colts. Number 4, the New Orleans Saints. Number 3, the New York Jets. Number 2, the Cleveland Browns, which leaves number 1 on my list, the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are going to be absolutely horrible this year. I mean, look at Mike McDaniel. This is Mike McDaniel's philosophy. All offense, no defense. The Miami Dolphins defense, now look, I know they just signed Matthew Judon yesterday, and I think we can argue that his better days are somewhat behind him, but I have a lot of questions about that Miami Dolphin defense, and plus Tua Tagovailoa, as we know, unfortunately, can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the field. And and God forbid, should Tua Tagovailoa go down with an injury, do you know who their backup quarterback is? Zach Wilson. I don't have to say anything else after that. And also, another thing with Miami, the Miami Dolphins can't play in cold weather. They lose to the thermometer every single year. If that temperature drops below 34 degrees, the Miami Dolphins aren't winning. The Miami Dolphins, I think, are going to be absolutely atrocious, and they're going to have a new coaching staff next year. So the Miami Dolphins, number 1 on my top 6 list of NFL teams who I think are going to stink this year. Like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell to be notified of when I post again, and also follow me on Twitter and on Bluesky at CW Talk Sports. That's CWTALKS Sports, and I will see y'all the next time. Peace.